5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Please welcome.
Welcome to the gayest podcast ever.
Hello and welcome to the gayest podcast ever. I'm Josh and I'm here with
Eric
and CJ.
Hello, boys. How are we doing today?
Good. It's summer again.
Yeah, summer is back. CJ was trying to really push that fall, and it just like backflipped him.
Woo, November 10th. I had shorts on today. Wow.
Put the flannel away, girls.
I got a t-shirt on.
We've been going for walks. I saw a kid playing outside and just like he had no shirt on, no socks on. It was like it is 73 degrees outside. What is this?
Mm-hmm. It's so weird. I was in one of the neighboring cities and they had Halloween decorations, Thanksgiving decorations, and they were putting up Christmas decorations. I'm like, whoa, something's got to give. It's 70 degrees.
Reopen your pool, man. Let's do this.
Hey, people were swimming in lakes this weekend. All over, people were posting videos and photos of people were swimming in lakes all over Michigan.
Yeah, I'm happy because like all the patios got to reopen and stuff like that for like bars and restaurants. Like get it in, man. That's
you can't
awesome.
stay like this all winter.
Right.
Long.
My neighbors have been mowing their yard again. I'm like, oh, do I have to go back and like do lawn maintenance again?
Oh, Dan thought our last lawn day was like a week ago, and today, he raked leaves and had to cut the lawn again.
Yeah. Now Spencer mowed over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He did it. Kind of gotta get it out. I saw a meme that was like, ever since that guy listened to that Fleetwood Mac song Dreams and was with this cranberry ocean spray, that everything's just been coming up roses. Like he closed the porthole.
I'm hoping 2021 comes up rose. Well, then he deserves more than a truck.
Right.
All he got was a truck out of that deal.
Thank you, ocean spray skater dude.
I think it tracks that a Stevie Nicks song would be the one to close the portal.
That does track.
That witchy woman.
Well, speaking of closing the portal, anything else happening big?
It took us almost a full week, but we finally counted all the ballots. Thank you, Nevada. Actually, we're gonna make a huge shout out to Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. What are they? The Keystone State? I think so.
Yep.
I think they're the Keystone State.
Yeah.
That finally pushed us over the edge on Saturday, November 7th, 2020, to officially end the reign of 45.
Oh my God! Today, all over social media, they're like, "We took Arizona back." CNN announced it. I'm like, people, just let it go and live your life for the next 4 years. It's over.
You can have Arizona. You can have it.
Right.
We get the Keystone.
So, right before we got on this podcast, I was like, I should just check. And CNN has still not called Arizona, Georgia, Alaska, or North Carolina. They still have not called. It's been officially a week today.
Yeah.
I mean, he still has the 279 electoral votes to win, so that's great. But
they sent out that link also that he's asking for donations to help for the recount, and it's to like pay off his campaign debt. If you read in the fine print. Like, I'm just like, okay, people, just keep giving the guy money. Go ahead.
No, thank you.
He wanted you to join his cult, and you joined the cult.
Yeah. And so the popular vote, the official tally right now is 76,204,437 for Biden, 71,563,749 for Trump, which is the highest voter turnout since the 1900 election. So snaps for America.
Right.
America.
And I mean, both of them, regardless of who you voted for, who we did, but both of them broke records for totals for candidates. So good job.
Yeah, because even Trump's 71, I think, was more than Obama's 69 or 70 in 2008 or 2012. So yeah, I mean, America. I mean, the last 4 years definitely divided a lot of America, and at least everyone showed up to voice their opinion. That's the most important thing. It's the staple of our democracy.
Well, that's what I like is when they show the map, they're like, land doesn't elect presidents, people do.
Right.
And I'm like, and when they take all that one color away. Like it just shows the metropolises and who's voting in the area. But I don't understand. Like, so today I saw people were sharing on Instagram how Georgia has this thing where if you're legally 18 by January 5th, you can vote.
So let's talk about that. So Georgia, the Senate is still not decided because Georgia has this rule where in the state of Georgia, you not only have to have more votes than your competitor, but you have to have 50%. So They had 2 Senate seats up. And in both of those races, neither person got to 50%. So they have what's called a runoff. And so both of those Senate seats are going to the January special election. And the runoff election, how it works is only the top 2 candidates get to compete. So what Georgia's now doing is they're trying to rally people together and be like, hey, if you're going to be 18 by the January special election, you can register now and legally vote on that day for these candidates. So that's the big push that like everyone's like, let's enjoy Saturday, let's enjoy Sunday, because Monday morning we hit the ground running because we could still technically win the Senate. And when I say we, I'm talking about the Democrats because clearly I'm a liberal snowflake Democrat that voted blue. So anyone who doesn't know that, now you do.
Well, since we're so good at calling celebrity divorces, I mean, I believe that Melania will be filing in February.
I wanted to talk a little bit about, so that time period between Tuesday and Saturday, which was the longest week of 2020, which is saying something considering that we spent a good chunk of it in our houses doing nothing. Correct. It was insane. And I want to give a major, major shout out to group chats. Everyone, I had a couple group chats that I just kept going. We have one. I have one with my Spartan friends. I have one with a couple other. It's just you're able to laugh. You're able to express your emotions. Some people don't say anything. Some people post everything. I'm one of the posters, but it's helpful because you're like, I'm going crazy, and I need to know that I'm not going crazy alone.
Oh yeah, we were away for our birthday weekend, so I didn't really get many updates. So I was relying on you guys a lot for like what was happening. I was trying to enjoy the weekend and stay off my phone.
I think Wednesday and Thursday, I laid on the couch Wednesday and Thursday, and all I did was watch CNN. Like I was just like, come on, let's do something here.
We're still waiting on you, Nevada.
Spencer was so great. He made me like shut it off like around dinner time. I was like, let's have dinner at the table. Let's do a Target run. We went to IKEA. Like he's like, you have to pull yourself away from that TV. He's like, and for 2 days, nothing changed. So he's like, literally like, he's like, TV
Josh, you have to shower now. It's time.
What if they call it while I'm in the shower? Like
they did call it. They called it while I was in the shower, and I came out of the shower, and Dan looked at me and he goes, "It's over. He won."
Yeah. So I will say, like, all the memes, they were so good. I mean, poor Nevada, man. The memes about Nevada, like, so good, so fun.
They were raked over the coals bad. But I mean, like, the thing is, weren't they the ones who have always been doing mail-in ballots? Like, aren't they used to this?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
glad, like, or Nevada, they've always done mail-in ballots, so they're like, it's not any different for us. Well, why is it taking you so long?
A couple of them were at the casino all night. A couple of them were on a banger.
That tracks.
That's what they're like for the
Uber hadn't showed up yet. I mean, there was things going on.
So with the mail-in ballots, do you think like because of that is why we had such a high turnout in voters, because it was so much more accessible for people to vote?
I think a lot of people were just over
everything that was at stake. Yeah,
I agree. I do think that the mail-in ballot definitely had a huge part of it, and I also agree though that both sides were very passionate about one losing and one winning. So I think that was huge, and we've just been talking about this day since 2016. But the other thing that I just wanted to kind of touch on real quick is again, I was glued to CNN for 6 days, which has never happened to me before, and I discovered some cuties. Everyone in my group chat was like, I fell in love, and I found out there was a term. There was these chart throbs, AKA the men that were like in front of those maps that were telling us like DeKalb County, Maricopa County, which raise your hand if you knew the name of a county in Arizona before last week, because I did not. And now Maricopa County hosts the largest city in Arizona. Thanks, John
But I was
King.
concerned, like a couple of those guys didn't even sleep. Like I would go to bed and they'd be on, and I'd turn on the TV and they'd be on.
Yeah, and that
they
was
were like
so,
Grey's
so
Anatomy,
funny.
sleeping in cots in the back of CNN. Like,
I really think CNN and MSNBC and all those places just set up bunkers for them, because like John King was like literally like, he would be on the screen till like midnight 1 a.m. and then I'd wake up at 7 a.m. and there he is again.
Right.
But in between was my little hottie Phil Mattingly. Which,
yes.
Oh my God, he did a men's health issue. Look up Phil Mattingly. He was super cutie. And then everyone was talking about Steve Kornacki on MSNBC. He was the one that was like kind of like his hair kind of got crazy and he didn't sleep for 24 hours, I'm pretty sure. Like MSNBC should have been like, Steve, go take a nap. They didn't. They just kept going. But everyone, so like Steve Kornacki, and John King, who is just like the silver daddy that I didn't know CNN had so many silver foxes on their network.
So Chrissy Teigen was commenting about Steve. She was like, she's like making posts on Instagram like this. She's like, Steve, how are you doing it? I'm falling asleep.
I love it. Yeah, America fell in love with these people.
Yeah.
Another one of my favorites that I discovered is Abby Phillip on CNN. She was the Black woman that was on the panel with Dana Bush, who I found out is the ex-wife of John King, which blew my mind. And Jake Tapper, I think, is the middle guy. But Abby Phillip was so posed and so together and spoke so well. And especially to have like a Black woman's voice on it. She's super young, but she looked gorgeous. She kept her shit together. She was just very awesome. I really, really liked her.
I did see a funny meme that I literally LOL'd at today, and it was like, announcing you won at the election is like your first number being called on your lottery ticket and screaming, I won.
Right.
I lost it.
Bingo.
Yeah.
The internet is ruthless. I love it. And then on Saturday, we had an awesome little victory. What'd you call that? Like a rally, I guess, like for Joe and Kamala. And immediately they started playing Whitney Houston, and I was just like, sold. Give the gays what they want. Like.
I went to a winery to celebrate, so I was A-okay with it.
Yeah, and I love that it was everything he said and everything Kamala said was so much about uniting. Like, I am the president for all Americans. Like, this is crazy times. And I will 100% say Joe Biden was not the Democratic candidate that I wanted to be running in 2020, but it was the hand we were dealt, and I had to play it. But I really do believe that he has the type of empathy and compassion and knowledge and whatever to help us, A, through COVID, and B, maybe he can help unite the party and the people of America so that we can all kind of move forward together.
Yeah, I mean, I look forward to what they're going to bring. I definitely think that it has to be a better America than what we've been living in. I feel it's been so divided. And I like in his speech where he said, like, you know, I may be the Democratic nominee, but I'm going to be a president for America. Like, this is not a party presidency. Like, I really hope it's true. And I look forward to a brighter future.
Well, I hope that the next couple of months don't drag as much as last week did. So let's zoom on by these two now.
Right.
Love it. Well, yeah, so we are sending nothing but good vibes to President-elect Biden and President-elect Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. And
I mean, like, first woman vice president, you gotta like,
right?
And,
yes.
and yeah, her background and everything, good for her. Like, wow, that's amazing.
100%. I loved all the women's, like, I didn't share it because it clearly wasn't, but all the girls that I'm Facebook friends with and women sharing, though, like, wear your closed-toed shoes, honeys, because there's glass all over the floor. And I was like, I love that because they share the glass ceiling. I thought it was such a good, like, little, like, pun dig. And I think she's going to be fantastic. I love Kamala, and especially like with her relationship with Doug and her stepkids, and everyone I know is also super excited about Dr. Jill Biden, our new first lady, and also there's a lot of excitement about the 2 new dogs entering the White House.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for the dogs! Yeah,
Camp and Major.
yes.
Yep. And one of them's a rescue. I heard it's the first White House dog that's a rescue. Which, yeah, right. Just melts your heart a little bit. Yeah. Love it. Yes. So, sending lots of good vibes for them, and hopefully that they'll still steer America in the direction that we need to go. So, with that, we raise our glasses, toast that chapter is done.
Cheers.
And we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to talk about a little adventure across the pond. All right, stay tuned.
I love the way that you talk.
Okay, and we're back. We refilled our glasses, and I just thought I would talk about one of my favorite TV shows that I found on Netflix, of course. Where else do I find TV at? That I watched a lot during COVID and a lot during the presidential election because shit was crazy and you needed to de-stress. And that was with The Great British Bake Off, GBBO. Have either of you two ever seen The Great British Bake Off?
No.
I've watched a few episodes, but not like religiously.
I'm fascinated by baking, though. It's like, I get how you can get into it. It's like the Bob Ross thing for me, like the painting, the way it just comes together and you watch it. Like, yeah.
Eric, I really, it is the most zen Bob Rossi thing, I think, on Netflix, adjacent to Bob Rossi. Yeah, it's that exact thing. It is the most calming. So on top of, when people hear cooking reality shows, I think the people who set up to make this show, they started in August 2010 over on the BBC over across the pond. I think we're really trying, like, when I think about cooking shows in America, I think about Hell's Kitchen,
Emerald, Gordon Ramsay, like, bam, like, yes. It's real loud and in your face. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. Like, very cutthroat, very
anxiety. I can't do it.
Yes, exactly. This is the complete opposite. So there's been 11 series that have aired. We'll call them seasons, whatever you want. They call them series over in the UK. They have a funky name for everything. And the 12th is coming in 2021. And what it is so there's 3 challenges. The first one's called the Signature Bake. And this is the one, these are all amateur bakers. They're from all over London or the UK. And so the first one they have to make, there's 3 challenges in each episode. And so they first do it's called like a tried and true recipe, something that they bake for their friends, for their family. But each episode has a theme, like bread or cake or cookies or something like that. Then the second one is called the Technical. And this is one where they're giving a recipe, but it's like super bare. Like it says like literally like bake. And that's literally, it says like, so like you have to guess what temperature, how long, the technical is really hard.
Okay.
And then the third part of the episode is called the Showstopper. And this is where you are given like a lot of carte blanche. And it's kind of like you want to make the craziest, biggest, amazing thing. And they're super, super cool. But it also said taste good and look good. But anyway, so how it works is there's, I think, 12 to 13 contestants every season. And this is what makes it so different. It's filmed over 12 to 13 weeks. So every weekend, they go to this beautiful British estate. Like, it looks like where like Downton Abbey was filmed. It looks like where the lords and ladies hang out. And so they go there for a weekend, and they do 2 challenges on Saturday, and they do 1 challenge on Sunday. Then they go back home for the week. And then the next weekend, they come back, and they go home. And it's so crazy to me that they send the contestants home every week and they're given the challenge. They're allowed to, like, you hear certain contestants like, yeah, like I tried this recipe 3 or 4 times this week and it's never turned out for me. I'm super scared today. And it's like, oh my God, this has got to be fucking hard.
How do they keep that a secret? Like, who's getting eliminated and stuff though?
They literally have done, I mean, they're on their 11th season is airing right now. And only one season did one of the judges accidentally tweet the morning of the episode airing who the winner was. And it was a tweet. It wasn't, and she heard of it, deleted it. Yeah, it was super, super awkward, little Prue.
I do love the one judge.
Paul Hollywood?
Yes.
Apparently my theme tonight is Silver Daddy.
Silver Fox.
He is another Silver Fox. He's got these piercing blue eyes. Yeah, Google Paul Hollywood. He is a hottie. And he knows it. He knows he's like sexy and kind of like mysterious. But so the other super, super amazing thing about it is, I don't know if it's because we're Americans, but
yeah, they hate us.
Apparently British people are just super, super nice, because the number of times that contestants have finished up and gone to help other people blows my mind. And they're all like best friends after the show. They hang out all the time. They're just so, so friendly, and they love each other. And there's this beautiful soundtrack to it, and there's like a babbling brook going across the British estate. It's just like so zen and so wonderful. I binged like all the seasons available, and I'm trying to stack up the newest one because this is the stupid thing that I hate about. But they've taken away my streaming, and now they're doing this whole. So it's airing in the UK right now on BBC, and then 3 days later they upload the video to Netflix in the US. So I'm just trying to let all of that season, what's it called? Bunch up?
Build up?
Yeah. Build up. Yeah. Bunch up. That's what they call it in the UK. That's where I got
Bunch
that.
Up. So who's the other big judge? Is her name Mary Berry or?
Mary Berry did it for the first like 6 seasons. And she's adorable. She's like everyone's grandma, and
her name is Mary Berry. Of course, she's a baking.
And she's
judge.
a famous British chef. Yes.
So is it just like themed cakes, or is it like cupcakes and everything? Like
yes. So every week has a different theme, and so one week it could be cakes, one week it could be biscuits, which are cookies. Right. That's another thing. It's really hard. Sometimes they'll be like, and the judges want you to make, a 3-layer biscuit with a torch filling. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then they show a picture. It's like, oh, it's a ho-ho.
Yeah. Like, I'd come in with like a biscuit with like bacon and egg on it. I feel like, here's my 3-layer biscuit.
No, you forgot the cheese. There's cheese under there. That's 3 layers.
That's my secret ingredient.
I think a great like addition to the next season, they should have one American who has no idea what they're saying or doing, just being like, I guess I'll try and do this. It's like, fold in the cheese, in the cheese. You tell me to fold it in one more time.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so, and then there's always a bread week where they have to bake bread, and there's something called proving the bread, where you make the dough and then it has to prove in a proving drawer, which I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Does prove mean rise?
Yeah, rising, I believe. Like,
yeah.
You're letting the yeast do its thing. I don't know.
They rise above. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, so there's always a lot of really, really good-looking gay guys, and it's hard sometimes because some of the British, I can't tell if they're gay or not, because it's like, well, you're really well dressed and you speak really nice, and then they'd be like, oh, my partner, and I'm like, yes, and then they show the partner it's a woman, and I was like, well, that's not what we do here in America. Like,
I made that mistake one time when I was out with my friend Cindy, and some guy was hitting on her, and I was like, oh no, he's gay, because we were in Ferndale, so it was just natural, and he was very well dressed, very handsome, and so he asked for her number at the end of the night. And she's like, aren't you gay? And he's like, no, I'm just Italian. And like, literally, I was at the bar and spit my drink out. And I was like, in my defense, I have the worst gaydar possible.
Gay or European. I think that's what they say in Legally Blonde. Gay or European.
Yeah, Europeans, they throw.
Well, I haven't been to Europe since 2002, so it's been a minute.
Well, they look even gayer now.
You were straight the last time you were in Europe.
All right.
You probably threw them a wrench. They're like, oh.
I had my binoculars looking for Harry in the window.
My gosh.
Oh my God. But yeah, so there's some really, really cute, and even some of the straight guys are really cute too. They can proof my dough or whatever, make me rise. I was trying to come with a funny bacon pun.
What? Does that even mean?
Maybe you can like fill me with your cream filling, or no.
When COVID's over and we're allowed to like go to like a bar like in a busy area, I'm gonna be like, hey, you want to proof my dough? Like,
yeah, they're gonna be like, sir, you need to leave.
right.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And there's also a holiday collection which I just discovered, and I'm trying to save it for December because I know I'm gonna want to watch it.
What you're gonna save it for December, and it's gonna be like Easter.
I'd be pissed.
Holiday.
Like, wrong Jesus holiday. Like, come on.
Fingers
I
crossed.
want the one where he's born, not the one where he died.
They're doing
Fingers crossed
lamb
this is
cakes
over by
and
next
stuff.
Easter. I can't do it.
Macaroon.
But yeah, so like these British estates that they film in are just beautiful, and they call it the tent. So they're at this British estate and they erect this beautiful tent, and all the contestants are just like making their shit and doing their thing, and they're all super British and cheeky, which I just love. And so when I was like looking up a little bit today, it literally was the most watched show on British TV in 2015 and 2016. So like it's huge over there, and it was aired on PBS for a little bit over here, and then PBS gave up the rights, and now Netflix has it. And it's really enjoyable. And the current season that's airing, instead of sending them home every week, I think they all quarantined together for 6 weeks. So they just did it like it was definitely different from what I've read online. And they also replaced one of the hosts with you guys saw Bridesmaids, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I think it was Bridesmaids. Kristen Wiig had two roommates. One was Rebel Wilson. Right?
Oh yeah.
And then the other guy, he looked kind of like a worm. He was gross looking. Matt Lucas is his name.
Yeah.
He's a very famous British comedian.
Yeah. Well, he's the co-host now of it. On the most recent season.
Actually, him and Rebel Wilson are best friends.
Are they?
Yeah, and they're actually roommates in LA.
Is Kristen Wiig a roommate too?
I wish, but
Josh is mind blown right now.
I am. I didn't know that.
And Rebel Wilson
wasn't he in Cats?
She's moving.
No,
into
James
the Bush.
Corden was in Cats.
She's moving into the Bush estates now. She won't be living there for long.
Right.
Yeah, she's living her best life.
Not the George Bushes, the beer Bushes.
Yeah.
She is.
The fun Bushes.
She's having sex with those light beer boys. Good for her. I mean, she looks fabulous.
And she looks phenomenal right now.
Yeah, she did quarantine, right? Some of us went into quarantine lighter or heavier, and some of us stayed the same. Some of us got bigger.
Well, some of us
she pulled an Adele.
Yeah,
she pulled an Adele, and she's like, "Oh, look at me! I'm British and skinny." Well, she's Australian. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I watched the Great British Bake Off. I'm like, I'm gonna bake that. And Spencer looked at me and I was like, no, I'm not gonna bake that. Like, there's no way I could do that. Let's be honest.
Josh comes to one of our birthday parties. Means. He's like, I baked you a 7-tier cookie or whatever the
patisserie.
Yeah.
A figgy pudding. Here's a figgy pudding.
I don't think I'd like figgy pudding.
If one of you bring a figgy pudding to Friendsgiving, I'm done.
Isn't figgy pudding raisins?
Ew,
no,
David.
Figgy pudding's actually more like a bread. Have you ever had like a Dutch baby or
No, I have never had a Dutch baby.
It's like a
that's entrapment, first of all.
It's like a flaky pastry. You'd like it.
Is it like spotted dick?
I don't even know how to respond to that. That's like that nasty ass olive loaf or something. Like,
and you like olives.
Go down the international foods aisle and you'll see spotted dick. It's like a pudding and it's British.
Do I look like I go grocery shopping?
The tracks.
There's only one dick I want to see walking down the grocery aisle.
Oh God, who is it?
I don't know. It's probably some guy in sweatpants.
Like
some guy on CNN.
I would love to see Phil Mattingly walking down Meyer in gray sweatpants. Be like, let me show you my map. And
But just gonna come home and there's gonna be a poster of him in their room, like on the wall.
I got some votes you can count. Yeah, but yeah. So if you're looking, if you maybe weren't as excited about the outcome of the election as the rest of us, and you're looking for something relaxing to watch, I fully recommend the Great British
for the
Bake
next
Off.
4 years.
There's not that many episodes, but
Space them out.
Or if you're being safe and trying to quarantine before the holidays to see family members, it's a great little distressor to help relieve it. So I highly recommend it. I think actually here in America, it's called the Great British Baking Show because the term Bake Off is copyrighted by Pillsbury, which I didn't think someone could copyright the term Bake Off.
Interesting.
Pillsbury did. That little doughboy.
So hold that.
Show him the dough.
Yeah.
Show him the money.
So hold that memory. I've got a little something to play on the next segment.
Oh,
wonderful. Well, let's go ahead and refill our drinks. Take a quick break. When we come back, you can prove our dough, boy.
Oh my God, I can't.
All right, we'll be right back.
I love the way that you talk.
And we're back. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. CJ. What you got for us, Boo?
So, as exciting as happy we were last week with the election results, unfortunately, we did have some very sad news, and that is that America's beloved Alex Trebek passed away at 80 years old of pancreatic cancer, which he's been battling for. I think he announced it early this year, like early, and yeah, it was very sad that it ended that way and very quickly. So. Some facts about Alex real quick. He's a Canadian. He's one of our northern neighbor friends. He now lives in LA, and that's where he passed away. But he has been hosting Jeopardy for 36 years.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, he started in
36.
1984. Is that your birth year, Josh?
No, I'm 85.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Jeopardy,
So
as long as I've been alive, yeah. Alex Trebek has been hosting Jeopardy. It's something the second 7:30 p.m.
right,
like
on the dot. Here comes Alex.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I grew up on it. I mean, I'll take on Devastated for infinity. I loved Alex Trebek and Pat Sajak. Like, we watched that. Even Dan, when he makes dinner now, he still watches it.
It's just such an easy thing because it's going to be on at that time frame. Just turn it on if you're cooking dinner, doing laundry, whatever.
Because you would play along, and that's how you just got some of your stupid facts and
random knowledge.
Yeah, and even if you got it wrong, you're like, oh, like you weren't even mad. Like you're like, oh, well, even that smart guy.
I used to love to play it on like Super Nintendo and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So Alex had several other shows. So he was on a show, and I think this was a Canadian show called The Wizard of Odds. Like may the odds be ever in your favor, not Oz. He was in that in 1973. And then he did a show called Double Dare, not to be confused with the Nickelodeon Double Dare.
With Mark Summers.
I was like, mind blown.
Yeah, no, not the same Double Dare. And then he was in a show, he hosted a show called High Rollers.
Wait, can I pause you for 1 second? Can you imagine Alex Trebek walking on the set of Double Dare and being like, fuck no. This is not what I'm saying.
We're going to slime you. No. No, you're not.
No. He walks in and then he does that Homer Simpson back into the bush.
Yeah. Things that's not going to do today.
I'll take things that aren't happening for 1,000.
But he went on to a show called Battle Stars. I don't know what any of these shows are. They sound boring. And then a Classic Concentration, which I think was an American show that he was in. I don't know anything about it. And then To Tell the Truth, which I think he did recently. It had a very short-lived. Obviously, it didn't do well, so that's why none of us know about it.
Yeah, none of these shows did well. No wonder
I thought he was dedicated
for so long.
Jeopardy.
Right. So his first hosting job was a show called Music Hop, in 1963 in Canada. And I'm just like, in the 60s, like Alex Trebek was like definitely a hippie. Like pushing all these new music.
Long hair, mustache.
Coming in. Like, I want to see that. I want to see that, Alex, so bad.
Well, they just released the Joe Biden 26-year-old photo, so maybe, who knows?
So here's where the knowledge comes in from the Bake Off thing. So he's been doing Jeopardy for a while, but in between then, he's been doing like other little shows. So in 94 through 98, he hosted the Pillsbury Bake Off.
Stop it!
So that's
hilarious.
They can't do the Bake Off show now.
Oh, I did not.
I would like all
I
of our
didn't know
listeners.
that Alex directed anything else. Like,
I would like all of our listeners to know that was not planned.
It was not planned at all.
It's just synchronicity. Oh my gosh.
He also took second place in the Celeb Poker Showdown in 2005. He came in second place to Cheryl Hines.
oh wow.
So, okay, he's got a little
Curb Your
gambling.
Enthusiasm, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a little gambling streak in
But
him.
he's got a poker face, though. You're like, it's like when
Right.
you answer the question on Jeopardy, you're like, Alex, you're killing me. Like,
Yeah.
He's like, aces I don't have. He's won 7 Emmy Awards throughout his career for Best Game Show Host, which well deserving. He also holds the Guinness World Record for the most game show episodes hosted by anybody.
okay.
So this was previously held by Bob Barker, and then he surpassed that.
Is Bob Barker still alive?
No,
He
I
can't
think
be.
he passed away.
I'm like, he can't still be alive. There's no way.
I feel like it was a long time ago or recent.
Okay, go ahead. Keep talking.
Producer Chad's gonna check in on that and let us
Yeah.
know. But you can keep
Okay.
going.
So I didn't know this, but Jeopardy actually started in '64.
He is still alive? That is
He's still
not
alive.
possible. Oh my
Go
god.
Bob.
Get it, Bob Barker.
Bob's like 105. Oh.
He's 96.
Six.
Wow.
Wow, Bob. Okay.
You know he's got like
He's
3
gonna
Barkers.
Bring,
They're all.
he's gonna bring back
30s.
his game show, trying to dethrone him. He's like, Alex can't surpass me now.
Right. Our Alex Trebek's version of Jeopardy was not the first Jeopardy. There was a Jeopardy in '64 through '79, and it was hosted by Art Fleming. And then so Alex Jeopardy was actually a reboot, and that started, of course, I said in '84.
Wait, we were rebooting shit in the 80s?
Yeah, we reboot shit all the time.
Ew.
We are a rebooting country. That's
Yeah.
what we do. Either that or we steal from Europe. Like,
Yeah. So some sad little notes about so Alex filmed his last episode on October 30th. So normally they will film just a week in advance, and he said, let's just film as much as we can. Of course, he died on November 8th, so imagine that he filmed his last episode on October 30th and died 9 days later.
oh my
Absolutely insane.
If you get cancer though, man, what a way! Like, I would want to live my life
Right.
just as much as you can. Good for him for doing that right to the end.
His last episode will air on Christmas Day. Oh, I love it so much.
Why would they do that?
Why, America, NBC.
I mean, we don't need that for 2020 finale, okay? Nobody needs to watch that.
Jesus Christ.
Obviously, there's a lot of talk about, so what's going to happen with Jeopardy from here on out? Are they going to recast somebody, or is this it? Are we just going to play Syndicate from here on out? Interesting, what I read was Ken Jennings, he had the longest streak of wins of any champion, and he actually went on to the greatest of all time show that they did with all the champions, and he won that. So he actually was employed by Jeopardy. He's an ambassador and a producer for them now. And the rumor is that they are kind of like getting him ready to take over, which I think he's great. He's got a fantastic personality. Obviously, he knows his stuff. He won all those games. So,
Man, that guy hit the jackpot.
right? I mean, but it's as much as like no one's going to be Alex Trebek. Like,
No.
sadly.
I think you almost have to you have to go in there knowing that, like,
Right.
and just attack it from a perspective like, we're clearly not going to duplicate, we can't replicate, so let's just do it whatever way we think is gonna be most appealing to America.
Yeah, like I think Drew Carey did a great job when they brought him on instead of Bob Barker. Like,
The Price is Right.
I thought it was a good transformation. But
yeah, when you think about like
opinion.
how, but you also like you think about like Family Feud, like that was on for years, and now Steve Harvey made a whole nother life of that and made it his own, and people love him on that.
Yeah.
So it is possible. I think you gotta play your cards right.
Yeah.
Another interesting fact is on April Fool's Day in '97, Alex Trebek and Pat Sajak switched games and hosted each other's show as an April Fool's joke.
That's amazing.
Right. And so Pat Sajak hosted Jeopardy, and then Alex Trebek hosted Wheel of Fortune with Sajak's wife as the Vanna role, which I thought was an interesting twist.
Fun.
And then both Pat Sajak and Vanna White and someone else were contestants, and it was for charity. So that would have been a fun little episode to watch. So speaking of Wheel of Fortune, I just wanted to run down some other like popular game shows, some of my favorites, and just kind of give little short takes on what everyone thought of it. Obviously, Wheel of Fortune is America's favorite game show.
Show me the money.
Right.
Show me the money.
So Wheel of Fortune was another one that kind of had a reboot
or big
scenario.
Money? Oh Lord, did I say that wrong?
Oh,
is it Big Money?
I think
big
you're on the
Big
wrong
Money, Big
game
Money,
show,
Big Money. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Big Money, Big Money, Big Money.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Wheel of Fortune actually started in '75. It's a Merv Griffin show. However, the first Wheel of Fortune was not like it is today. It was very much like a hangman situation. Like, I think the hangman rules, you guys ever play hangman? Where like you guess a letter, oh, you got it wrong, you got to draw a head or whatever. It was sort of like that in the '70s. So then they did another version in the '80s at the same time as this other show. One was a daytime show, and then the other one was a primetime show. The primetime show was the current one that we love now with the big wheel and spin for the money and then guess the letters. So the first host of that was actually Chuck Woolery. Remember him?
Yeah.
Old
I feel like Chuck Woolery he was hosted Love Connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just back in the day.
And then Pat Sajak was actually hired to do the daytime show. And then when Chuck Woolery left the primetime show, they brought Sajak from the daytime to the primetime, and then that's where he stayed. And then once Vanna was his co-host, then obviously the rest is history.
There are rumors Vanna is leaving.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love me some Vanna. I've got a fun...
She still looks fabulous.
She looks amazing. So I've got a fun little story about
paid
Vanna.
to push a button and flip a letter. That is her whole job.
Yeah, and she only says 3 sentences. Okay. 3 sentences at the end of the show, and that's it.
Like, literally comes in, gets some hair and makeup, they put her in a nice gown, she pushes a button, has a cocktail, gets in a limo, and goes
right. So when
everyone knows her name, good for her.
She was also on Playboy, by the way, for like one issue, which was big for her.
Who hasn't been?
No, I have a million times. So when I was a lifeguard back in like 2001, 2, it was in Myrtle Beach, and we always rotated stations throughout the beach. And Vanna White is from Myrtle Beach. She owns lots of properties there. She has a condo there. And so one of the particular stations I was at Vanna White's. So I'm sitting there, and I knew like I was just subbing for someone, like, because that was like a prime time one, and no rookies like me were allowed to be there. But I happened to get picked to sub for somebody. So I'm sitting there in my chair, and all of a sudden, this woman comes in with this giant white brim hat, this like white sarong on, and she comes down. She sits right behind the lifeguard stand, puts her towel out. She's got this little boy running around with her, and she comes up, and it's Vanna White, and she was like, hi, where is, I don't even remember what his name was anymore. She asked where he was, and I said, well, he's off today. She's like, well, I'm Vanna, nice to meet you. And she's like, can you just watch after Nico for me? And I was like, well, I'll try my best. Like, I've got to watch all these other kids too, but yes, Vanna, I'll watch after your little Nico.
She thinks like, I will be your personal bodyguard and friend.
Right. So that's my
I love that.
my little story, including Vanna. So we're running on time for my segment. So I'll just run just yay or nay if you like it or if you've even seen it.
Okay.
Price is Right, obviously.
Yay.
Are you yay? You like it?
Yeah.
Plus
they have the new
I
male
follow
model,
this
which is
the hot male model. I follow him on Instagram.
Right. $100,000 pyramid.
I like the game. I don't watch it anymore though.
So fun story. It started in the 70s as 10,000, and then later on it went to 25,000, and then it went to 100,000. So I guess as the money changed,
inflation,
all that. Family Feud. We talked about it.
I love
Family Food.
Family Feud is.
I love to go
you
on
love Family Food, do you?
Family
you like
Food.
Family Food?
It's had so many hosts over the years, and the one didn't the one hang himself in a hotel room or something?
I keep waiting for her to invite Paula so she can take it and make it her own.
Another one. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh, I like that show.
I liked it when it first came on, and it was Regis Philbin. And then after
Philbin,
when all the Meredith took over, Cedric the Entertainer, Terry Crews, and now Chris Harris. Not our Chris Harris.
I was like, oh, Chris Harris, who's that? No, I wouldn't be good on that show because this is the suspense they do. Like, I would end up punching the guy in his face. Like, tell me the answer.
I'd be like, phone a friend. I don't know who knows this shit. All right, so that's all the time I have. Chad's telling me I've run all my time allotment. I feel like I'm doing an award show. Like, don't cut me off.
He's our Gelman.
He's gonna start fading in the music right about now.
Yeah, but rest in peace, Alex Trebek. Sending lots of likes to your family and cheers.
I love anyone who knows me. Pre-COVID, love going to bar trivia and anything like that, and it stems from Jeopardy and watching that growing up. I just love trivia and all that so much. So he will be missed. So we're raising one up for Alex.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers.
Yes. All right, we're gonna refill our glasses, and when we come back, we're gonna ramp it up back over in Europe, I think. So stay tuned.
All right.
I love the way that you talk.
And we're back. We got glasses full, and we're gonna turn it over to Eric.
Well, since we've already talked about North America, Canada, Australia, England, let's just hop on over to France because I started binging a new show on Netflix called Emily in Paris.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Oui.
Bonjour.
So basically the show is Darren Star, who did Sex and the City, is one of the creators. Lily Collins, who is the daughter of...
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I love it already.
Yeah.
Lily Collins, who is the daughter of Phil Collins. She is actually engaged to Charlie McDowell, who is the son of Mary Steenburgen, who I think you guys know, who's married to Ted Danson.
Oh, yeah.
Little Hollywood family bonding. Couldn't wait to be invited to that Thanksgiving dinner.
And his dad is famous.
His dad is Malcolm
McDowell. He's got the crazy white hair.
Mm-hmm. And then Ted Danson is his stepdad. But basically it's about this girl who lives in Chicago, and Kate Walsh, who is like the queen of Netflix these days, is in the show, and she just has like a recurring role.
Wait, time out. Kate Walsh is in this too?
I had no idea.
It's a very small part, but she's in everything in Netflix. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right. 13 Reasons Why, Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. She just
you're roping me in.
Basically, she gets this job opportunity and she has to move over to Paris. And she moves to Paris and doesn't speak the language. And this is where like the Devil Wears Prada aspect comes in, because like her boss is a total bitch and hates her and doesn't want Americans there, and they basically think we're stupid. So it's kind of like, and she wears all these chic outfits and cute little berets and starts this online account and just gains all these followers. And she's trying to give the American aspect in Europe. So I was very well written. Like I watched one episode and then I actually went on a walk with Chris and Chad and they were like, give it a chance. And I binged the whole thing yesterday. I was so sad.
So how many episodes is it?
It's 10 episodes.
Okay, so it's a good little amount.
Yeah, and the French chef in it, his name is Lucas Bravo. Oh my God. He is
Beauty.
hot.
Okay, say no more, say no more. Adding it to the queue, adding it to the queue.
It is really good. It goes by very quickly. She has like this friend and it's like that token best friend that just is witty. It's Ashley Park. She plays Mindy. Yeah, she plays Mindy Chen on the show. Like her one-liners crack me up. I thought it was very well written. I hope season 2 comes out. There's like this part in it where CJ, you will love this aspect. So there's like this high designer, and she's trying to get a meeting with him. So she comes in and talks to him about how she grew up in the farm and. You know, farm girls would just die to have this little pin and they would waste all their money on it. And he needs girls like that who just, you know, want the labels and that fashion dream. And she says something about like Gossip Girl or whatever. And then all of a sudden this like old man Italian designer goes, Dan. And she goes, excuse me? And he goes, I can't believe it was Dan the whole time.
I love it.
And then throughout the rest of the season, he just keeps calling her Gossip Girl. It's great. I loved it. You guys should watch it if you have not.
Well, I'm adding it to the queue right now. It might be started to watch tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's funny. So when I first heard that was uploaded and I saw the preview for it, but then everything I heard, like it got like panned by the critics. Like they said it was like super, super bad. And so I was like, well, I guess I won't watch it. But then like
it's light and cheery. If you're looking for something fun and you don't want to like think too much and you want some laughs and
yeah.
Sex in the City.
No, sometimes the critics are wrong about that shit. They like don't see it for just what it is as something like fun and joyful, and like it doesn't need to be.
The critics raked Ratchet over the coals too when it first came out, and we all loved it. So,
but this was like one of the highest rated show, like downloaded shows when it came out on
and
Netflix.
That's the fans are coming. Yeah, and the fans are coming to it like it was very like it was like in Netflix top 10. Because the same thing was said about that Steel Magnolia on Netflix, that show, and I loved it. But again, I think it's all about timing too. Like Netflix is probably smart to be uploading all these like really feel good, easy watches,
and
like,
that's what I wanted.
20, yeah.
Because I finished 13 Reasons Why, and that was kind of dark, so I needed something like a little more cheery. But,
we tried to warn you.
Absolutely.
I know, but like episode 1, and this is where like Chris and Chad came in, because I was like, episode 1, I was like, I don't know. It seems a little cheesy, a little freeform for me. I don't know if I can do it. And then by like season 3, I was like, oh my God, another one. Like,
okay,
I mean,
so we have to give it at
the
least
wine
2 or
was
3
flowing
episodes.
too, so I was feeling good.
Okay.
But so we have to give it at least 2 to 3 episodes.
At least 2 to 3 episodes, and they're 30 minutes. So
okay.
it's like
Okay, I was going to ask next. Are they 30 minutes or an hour?
How long?
They're like 30 to 42 minutes max.
Well, that's an
like,
easy watch.
Yeah, it's easy.
Okay.
It's like,
yeah,
like shit
it's
Creek.
so much
You
easier
can
without
roll through
commercials.
those.
And the Frenchman ain't bad, y'all.
Well, we'll drink some French wine to that.
There's
French
there's a couple cuties in there, and I kind of fell in love with Lily Collins. Like she reminds me of Haley Seinfeld a lot from Pitch Perfect 2.
Love Haley Seinfeld.
Like just her curly hair and her poise and everything about it. I thought it was a really cute show.
Yeah, I did not know Darren Star was behind it, which gives it some legs to stand on. Yeah, how fun. Wait, so but Lily Collins' fiance is not in it. You were just giving us some background about who Lily Collins is engaged to. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just when I was like, researching and stuff, and I was like, oh, what a small little world. Like they just got engaged in September of 2020.
Actually, I follow.
He has an online joke, Charlie McDowell, because he's like a director.
Yes, I love this.
His mom is Andy McDowell and not Mary Steenburgen, because they're very good friends. Like,
and and his dad is a McDowell, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So Lily Collins was in the Cinderella movie Mirror Mirror, right? No,
Snow
not
White.
Cinderella, Snow White. Yeah.
Snow White,
Yeah.
yes, I believe, yes.
Was that the one with
Julia Roberts.
Yeah. Okay. I know who she is now.
Yeah,
Little
Kristen
Miss Collins
Stewart
is making a
Kristen
name for
Stewart.
herself.
Yeah. And she was also in that movie on Netflix about bulimia.
Because she's skinny.
That was like, and it was like Bone Thin or Bone something. And it was like a lot of people, like, it was like critically like acclaimed. It was really To the Bone. That was it.
Yeah.
And that was like a lot of people gave her props. But isn't Phil Collins really sick?
She was in what else, CJ?
The Mortal Instrument, City of Bones. I think that was one of those movies that was based on books, and they were trying to do the next like Harry Potter thing, and it just didn't really take off.
So a C-list movie. Gotcha.
Yeah, because then, so then they made it a TV show on Freeform, actually. And but yeah, I read 2 of the books, and then it wasn't very good.
She was in The Blind Side. Sorry, I'm going down the rabbit hole now.
She was Collins. She was the character Collins.
Okay.
And her last name is Collins. Yeah.
Guys, this is a terrible confession. I never saw The Blind Side.
What?
No.
Sandy
I
won
love
her
Sandra.
Oscar.
I know.
And then her husband publicly announced he cheated on her. So
Just
the
like
Oscar
every other
curse
woman
began.
who's won
Reese and Ryan, everyone.
Hillary Swank, it hit her.
Josh,
Allie.
I can't believe that. You should watch that over Christmas.
I know. I don't love serious movies.
I don't love that for you.
I
don't love that for you. So that's why I don't understand. You'll love Emily in Paris then. It is so lighthearted and just like there's no real anxiety. She's like cute and perky and
I'll give
stylish.
it a chance.
Yeah.
I'll give it a chance for sure. Like I'm all about that life right now.
I'm gonna start it tonight.
You mentioned Kristen Stewart earlier, CJ. That movie, what's the new holiday movie coming out with our boy Dan Levy?
Happiest Season.
Happiest Season. Okay. Yeah, I want to watch
coming
that.
To Hulu on Thanksgiving.
On Thanksgiving. Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be a holiday.
Or it's going to.
Yeah, that's gonna be one of my.
They're releasing it in theaters so that it can still contend with all the award show stuff. But I know it's at least directed by Clea DuVall. And Clea DuVall, you would recognize her face. She was in she did a stint in American Horror Story. I think the 2nd season, Asylum. She was married to Sarah Paulson's character. Clea. She was in like a lot of those, like she was in She's All That.
Is she from
very
Veep?
mean to Rachel Lee Cook.
Is she from Veep? Is she the lesbian daughter-in-law? I think
she's not my girl. She's not Anna Klumsky. She might be. No. I don't know.
She's ends up marrying Kiefer Sutherland's real life daughter, who plays Julia Louis-Dreyfus's daughter in the show.
Got you.
It's the same girl, but it's the girl from She's All That.
Yeah, and then Kristen Stewart, K-Stu, which it's funny, every single person that I text that trailer to responding back is like, not a big K-Stu fan. I was like, everyone's saying it.
God, my friend Shannon from work said that. She goes,
everyone says
loathe that girl.
I've had a consistent response to everyone. I go, Kristen Stewart is now living her most authentic life, and maybe playing a lesbian out character will help make her feel more comfortable, and she'll be able to convey something that she hadn't been able to do before. Right. So I'm giving it a chance based solely on Mary Steenburgen, Victor Garber, Love, and our wonderful, wonderful Dan Levy, who is just going to deliver those one-liners in a Christmas movie that I need. When he says, and for anyone who doesn't, go look at Happiest Season. The trailer's out now. But if the Kristen Stewart and her girlfriend go back home for the holidays, and on the way there, the girlfriend's like, oh, P.S., I haven't fully come out to my parents. They think you're my orphaned friend. And like, you're here to celebrate the holidays with us. And Dan Levy goes, "What do you mean they don't know that you're a lesbian?" They're like, "Have they met a lesbian?" I was dying. I am like, "Oh,
so it's like
so good."
Comedic as it is, like it's also like a very relatable story for any LGBTQ person, like who's gone home to like their significant others, like families for the first time. Like there's always even if you've like told them and they know that you're dating, like there's still things that they never tell the parents, and so it has to like come out at the holidays. It makes a great little story.
Well, yeah, I can't wait to see it. I mean, I'm excited about it. Are you gonna?
Yeah, and the soundtrack is out if you want some original holiday Christmas music content.
Back to Emily in Paris. So, Josh, I texted you earlier, and you said that you were curious because you had thoughts about it. Have you not watched one episode?
Oh, I've literally seen like the 2-minute trailer. That's it.
Okay, and CJ, you're probably staying up all night tonight binging.
So. I'll watch it all by. I'll report back tomorrow.
Yeah, report back tomorrow. Yeah, Josh, I think it's something that's right up your alley. So you should definitely give it a try.
Got you. And it's also hard because sometimes some stuff I have to wait and watch with Spencer. Some stuff he's like, no, watch that without me. So I'll have to.
I don't hate the soundtrack, and I've been to Paris, and I was not crazy about it when I was there, and it kind of made me want to get back and like experience it through Emily's eyes.
See, I've been Paris twice, and I've been such a quick through Paris is still a mystery to me, so I'm always like, I want to see more. Like when I watch The Devil Wears Prada, I'm like, I want to go there.
Oh, the fashion alone, like in this show, I was like, okay, like, and just all the cute little alleyways and like the little wine, like they just take like 3-hour lunches and go have wine every day, like when they want.
Is that not how we're living our COVID life?
I think I'm moving to Paris.
So yeah, I'll binge it tonight.
They'll be done with COVID before we will, so it might be in our best interest if they'll let us in.
Yeah, you both report back. Binge and let me know.
I'll be like one of those CNN reporters. You'll tune in at 7 a.m. and I'll be like, we're still here. And we're about done. We got the results.
She is at the Eiffel Tower again.
Yeah.
I love it. There's also I was trying to not watch all the election stuff, so I was on BuzzFeed and stuff, and I saw a huge article that was what people who live in Paris think about Emily in Paris. They were just like, why does she wear so many berets?
Oh my god.
And I'm sure it's just Darren Star's take on it, but I mean his fashion in Sex and the City. For those of you who don't know, if you're very young or not in the world, Darren Star brought a Sex and the City.
You've been living under a rock.
We might have some young viewers, you don't know. And so if you have an Amazon Prime, you should definitely watch Sex and the City, because that is, TV at its finest. So
or HBO Max,
something to binge.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, this was super, super fun. It feels good to be done with one crazy part of 2020. And hopefully if everyone still wash your hands, wear your face mask, make sure that you're staying safe for you and your family and your loved ones. And
we're coming into the holiday season.
Yep. Be safe.
The season finale is upon us, so be safe out there.
We're literally coming in hot because it's 70 degrees every day. So
I can't believe it.
I just cannot believe that.
Part of me's yes,
March is going to be a year. I was talking with my brother this week, and we were at my mom's 70th party, and we go, I remember when it all first started in March, and he was like, this isn't going to be over till November. And I was like, November? I'm like, no. Are you insane?
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, and we're here now. So.
Here we are.
Hey, November.
Yeah, no, it's insane. But hopefully the season finale treats us right and we ride off into the sunset with
hopefully the portal is closed now.
yes, that little man from Texas, right? Just close that portal or Arizona. I don't know where he's from, but yeah, cheers to that guy. All right, boys, one last cheers.
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 To our listeners out there, thank you so much for listening. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe. Best thank you can give us is sharing with a friend. So until then, be safe. We love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.